everybody, and welcome to a part 2 of Let's Make Scythes from Darksiders II. Last time we reviewed materials and tools I'm gonna use, and today let's just move on to the more serious stuff. Let's actually go and make some progress. So, this is part 2, and today we actually gonna be making scythes, and that includes the blades and the handle. So let's see what we can do. First off, I'm just gonna start with blades. So I'm gonna use this one. You probably saw this kind of part of video in the tool section in the previous video, and this is what I'm gonna be using. It's already refined wood. It's just a flat plank out of this log you saw that in the last part, and I already started working on blades. Sorry about that. Okay, so unfortunately some of my footage kinda disappeared. I don't know what the hell happened, oh well, I have to improvise sometimes, and good thing that I have some pictures, right? So I'm gonna just see what I can do with that. So first of all, I finished edge right here and pretty much everywhere, also here, and as you can see, this part will look like this. Now there's one layer out behind the paper, and after that I'm gonna just take out one more layer on those ornaments, and this one, well, you'll see how it's gonna be. I did not actually have any art for that because it's pretty much all covered with the spikes, you will see later, and I don't know, I just improvised on this part. Now this one is kind of finished, I guess. Yeah, sorry again, I don't have any footage for that one, but I guess picture will do a trick. So you see, this is just one more layer out. You see how it looks like. It's pretty awesome. This part again is improvised. I have no idea what I did right here, but it did a trick. Not gonna be lying here. Okay, so this part, I actually have a lot of thoughts about this part, and I also improvised on this one. I have no idea, so I actually cut a little bit right here and made like a narrow part, which is gonna be used to connect the handle to. And yeah, it's construction. It's basically have to know what to do. You cannot just improvise on this part, or you're gonna mess up totally. Trust me. So I was very careful on that one. So we will see how it's gonna be when I move on the handle. Okay, so for the handle, I basically just made a square kind of piece of wood from that two logs, you know, from those two logs you saw that earlier in the video. And well, not earlier, actually, in the previous part. Sorry about that. And I actually wanted to use a little bit of lathing, but I thought like, nah, no, I'm not like that. So I'm gonna use just hands and some gouges, and this is gonna be a little bit narrow right here, as you can see. Well, you will see how it's gonna be. I actually just was experimenting on this kind of part, and I was just working with square for now. Now I already started working on the end of the handle. I also made it like, you know, those little squares. I'm gonna make like little pyramids out of them, and kind of shape the handle in a not like round position, but in a round shape. But you will see. Now I'm gonna use some tools and make this one round. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so the trick for round that I discovered is actually pretty simple. You have to divide this, you know, this one in 3 equal parts, and like cut out a little bit further from the center, and that actually gives you, surprisingly, a pretty good shape of a round, you know, object. And I thought it was really cool. I guess there are a lot of better ways to do that, but well, you'll see what I mean. It's kind of hard to understand. So yeah, you can see I cut, you know, corners, and you can't tell that it's perfectly shaped, but you'll see what I'm talking about after I do a little bit of polishing. So here we go. it's not quite you know, perfect, but yeah, it's round. I'll just have to use a lot of sandpaper on that one. Now, for this little part, I decided to make a little bit, you know, edgy. So I tried to, you know, leave equal parts from the center. And yeah, just I don't know what I'm doing right here. I'm just you know, testing the stuff out, and it turns out to be pretty good. I try to make it, you know, like pretty good, and it still turned out to be pretty bad, but I'll fix a lot of things with sandpaper. That's how I'll fix all of the parts. And let's move on to this part. This is actually gonna be the connecting one, and just gonna, I don't know what. So I don't know, I pretty much polished everything in here. This is pretty much done, and now this part. Ooh, this part was pain. So I had to actually cut out this whole part without any saws or any V-tools, and a little bit diagonal. That made it a lot harder. But let's see what I got. Here we go. Now it was hard, but I did. And yeah, let's see how it's gonna connect to the scythe. It's gonna connect pretty good, actually. Here we go. Now that's what I did to the scythe. I cut out a round shape. I did not cut like totally to the end, because I wanted to leave some space for some things, and this is how it's gonna connect right here. Now here we go. Got off the camera and finished it. So yeah, I'm just gonna put on like 2 screws just to tighten it up, maybe some glue, I don't know. And yeah, this part will be totally covered. I did not really bother about that. You know, this is gonna be the skull, and you know, the spikes all over the place, and that's pretty much it. And that was the end of the part 2 of making the scythes. On the next part you'll see the decorations. Oh, this is my favorite part. You'll see the skulls, the spikes. Probably gonna finish that in the next part, like gonna do all the painting, all the stuff pretty much. So next part will be the final one, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you guys next time. Goodbye.